becoming his best friend.
Right.
Well, that was premeditated. It wasn't that she really wanted to be my friend or I wanted to be her friend. It was she already had saw out that she was going to have me, and I think it's all a bunch of games, and I just think it's tired.
Yeah, but you probably didn't like her in the first place.
No, there was an attraction at first.
I mean, why wouldn't you see whatever she was doing as an expression of her love for you?
Because I did. At first I did, and then I caught on later on.
Well, you caught on to the fact that she was using feminine wiles to trap you, so what's new?
No, she wasn't. That's not all she was using. She was, going along with the techniques like trying to picture us together in the future, doing little things, saying no here and there, and it was all premeditated.
I see, like making you tap dance a little bit.
Well, it was exactly like she was reading that woman's list.
Right, how old are you?
I am 25.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. And you're not currently involved with anybody?
No.
You know what?
Well, you sound a little upset.
Well, I just think if a person is themselves,
okay.
if they love themselves and they're true to themselves, then you can see that through them.
Hang on just a second.
Speaking to the psychologist, I'm 26-year-old, single, never married, so I'm taking good notes, only so I can be aware of the signs that they might use on me.
And you would what, walk away from a guy who tried it?
Oh, you bet. I don't want that kind of deception or that kind of...
If you see a guy that you like, I mean, are you going to stand there like a pillar of salt hoping for lightning to strike? I mean, what's wrong with a little bit of maneuvering here?
So far, that's what I've done, and it hasn't worked, but he's there.
He's out there. Have you met this guy on the phone?
What the caller found out was an insincere person, okay? He discovered that in her. It had nothing to do with these feminine wiles.
That's right. You have to be careful of women who are too nice to you right off the bat, naturally. I met a woman...
Well, number one, how do you men know that if these women are such good actresses, how do you know that they're trapping you? And my husband knows this. Whatever happened to spontaneity?
Well, I'll tell you what happened to spontaneity. It's happening in the divorce court, I think, is where the spontaneity is. Yeah.
Yes, I have a question for the gentleman sitting on the panel. You said that you become offended when a woman asks you, what do you do for a living? Well, that's where you spend 80% of your waking hours.
I know, but it sounds like I want to know whether you're working because
like
I want to take you home to my mother.
It's a prospecting...
That's necessarily true. I think that's being a little bit sensitive on your part.
Absolutely not. I disagree totally. I think that it's a prospecting and they're qualifying you right in the initial moments.
So what is someone supposed to say to you when they first meet you? What's your sign, pal? I mean...
What's your major?
What's your major? Exactly. I mean, to me, that's just showing a genuine interest in how you function during the day. And, I don't know. I just think there's a real tendency to be very sensitive about that sort of thing.
So you don't think there are dollar signs attached to that statement?
Not necessarily.
Hey, I clean up my own backyard. Okay.
It's not even dollar signs
He's
that are
upset
involved.
that you would think of her as a potential gold digger for even asking that question. She's saying this is the center of your life, your profession. How's she going to get to... Come on! You're welcome. Are you there, caller? Hang on a minute. Are you there, caller? Go ahead.
Yeah, Phil, I'll tell you, I think men are like little boys, okay? I've been married for 12 years. I've been playing games with my husband for 12 years now. But, that's what happens. But anyway, men are just better at it than we are. We have to learn about it. Men
are like little boys.
Well,
certainly this audience doesn't agree with that observation.
Yeah, they do.
Well, direct from our lab, here is your basic single male.
This is for the psychologist. Your 14 points seem that you condone women to treat men sort of like dogs and create a dependency upon them. And I resent that. I like to have a little bit of say in who my partner is going to be.
Here.
Yes, right.
I have a dog and I don't treat him like that.
No, not at all.
No, she's saying is you do it with love. You don't snap your fingers.
That's right. You're missing the point entirely.
Yes.
I think maybe we should change that from trapping to wooing.
It's the wording.
Yeah. The word turns them off.
The word turns them off.
Do women ever use pregnancy to trap a man? And if so, do they ever get their father to possibly have a shotgun wedding?
Yes, they do.
It's been used for time immemorial.
It's been known to happen.
And it doesn't work.
Yes.
I don't believe in trapping men, but it seems like men are attracted to those types of
The
women.
women, yeah, if you just stand there and be your normal self, you're going to get run over, and
Yeah.
everybody's going to be married except you.
Right.
I know what you mean. I know. Look, it's quite obvious we've got to come back to Denver more often.
Yes,
you need a
I
lot of
like
remedial work here. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Well, this is what Mommy does. She put 2 pieces of bread, then the bologna, then the lettuce. My bologna's on top of the lettuce. Maybe she figured the lettuce is bigger, and then she put the bologna, so because the bologna was littler, and my bologna was bigger than the lettuce.
Oscar Mayer beef bologna, made with pure fresh beef and no fillers. Oscar Mayer, one of the nice things moms do.
So now you understand? Yes.
There's a thought that says it is indeed fortunate to have one's cup runneth over. Fortunate, unless your cup runneth over onto your silk blouse, your fine linen tablecloth, your wool slabs, whatever, wherever, which is precisely why we make Scotchgard Fabric Protector. It keeps ordinary spills from becoming extraordinary stains on virtually any fabric. Use Scotchgard Fabric Protector and let your cup runneth over.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and I read something that convinced me that Beech-Nut Stage's baby food is the best. Their labels. I became a Beech-Nut mother because only Beech-Nut Stages has unique quality ingredients like Chiquita bananas and Regal Imperial carrots. I wanted only the very best for our daughter, and no modified tapioca starch like you'll find in other leading brands. So give your baby Beech-Nut Stages, the right food at the right stage. Compare labels yourself. There is a difference with Beech-Nut Stages.
Heritage Cablevision asked the question, which would you rather have? Half-price installation or one new movie service for $4.95 a month through August 31st?
Ooh, half-price installation. All those cable choices. But wait, $4.95 a month? Ooh, I like that. Yes, that's my decision. No, half price. Wait, movies, comedies,
Take
concerts.
it
Give me
easy.
a minute.
Now you can have them both.
Both? Really? Thank you.
Now
Thank
take
you.
both. Half-price installation and one new movie service for $4.95 a month through August 31st. But call Heritage today. Offer ends soon.
Hang on. This is Betcher Auditorium in Denver, yes.
I have a question. How does Marlo keep you trapped?
Oh. Oh, thank you so much for that question. I have a brilliant answer, but you know how I am loath to speak of myself. And not only that, this is counsel for people who are looking for a mate. Yes.
I'm real frightened about the black widow concept that these women are talking about. Personally, I'm going on 20 years being married to my husband. I have to say I married him 3 months to the day I met him, and I just have to say it was just chemical. It was just chemical.
And it worked.
Yeah, it works.
Is there something like maybe primal goes on, huh?
You bet.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say that I've did a few of the things that the psychologist said to get my husband, but I was 20 years old at the time, and I did those things in high school and college, and I wouldn't do them now.
May I say something?
Well, but they were, well. Are you there, caller? Go ahead. Hi, caller.
Hi, I have a question for Alonzo. He claims that the main thing to him in a relationship is honesty, so I'd like to know what he's doing wearing those dark glasses, because to me, honesty, one of the first things you got to be able to do
Hey,
is look
Alonzo.
directly into
My
the
honest
eye.
answer is that being a true bachelor, I was hanging out last night and I'm a little hungover.
Okay, thanks for the honesty.
I disagree that men are trapped. I think men are ripe for marriage. If you stick around long enough, they'll marry you. I've seen it happen to a lot of my friends, and when I got married...
You mean it's a question of patience?
Yeah, patience. Stick around long enough, they'll marry you.
So just wait.
Yeah.
How long about do you figure?
I've seen one friend, 9 years.
Really?
He was there for 9 years before he finally married her. Took me a lot less time. Thankfully, I'm not married anymore.
Phil, I think that's true that when men are ripe to get married, a man will get married at his time, when the time has come. One thing I think we haven't realized is that men have their own checklist, their own list of things that they do. And when a woman comes in, she cooks you a nice meal, you say, well, gee, that was nice. And then if she comes in with something else, and you respond to these things that they're doing, and you have your own checks and balances system, and I don't think any man can get caught unless
Did you hear that, checks and balances? Because you don't relate to people just standing there bland. For the people who say you don't do anything at all, you do something. You may not do that list, but you're doing your thing.
Well, I think this just sounds like these overpowering, like, people, like women that are, like, want control and they're trying to trap weak men. It sounds like only weak men would be caught in a trap situation.
But here's another thing. Is it a universal thing where men are just a little afraid of intimacy and they kind of back up like this? And then, now, we hear that. Now, tell you what else we hear. In addition to hearing that men are, we also hear that they're only interested in one thing.
Yes.
That's right.
And that's the first thing
Well,
you don't
I don't
do.
think it's entirely true.
I think that we can't stereotype men. I think some of the things she said about trapping men can make any relationship more alive, whether it's a female doing the wooing or a male doing the wooing.
But would you do something special? Yeah, I assume you're married. Oh, well, fine. Then you're who I'm looking for.
With someone.
You're living with, you mean in sin? Uh-huh. Now, all right, when you met this guy, he walked in the room, right?
No, he approached me at a picnic.
I see. So you didn't have to do anything?
Oh, no, he went off and was talking with other women, and I was talking with other men, and towards the end of the picnic, we had our eye on each other, so we kind of played games.
So what was the game? Tell me, that's my question. When you see a guy that you're interested in, how does your behavior change?
Well, I pursue it. If I'm interested in...
You walk right up to him?
Oh, yes.
Whatever happened to, hi, Tommy, standing by the...
But Phil,
Yes, are you there, caller? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are you there, caller? Oh, I'd have waited for you. Hold on just a second. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'd like to know from the doctor of where you find good men that you may want to trap.
And she's so right, that there are more females in this country than males, and men are dying 7 to 8 years earlier. We've got to get some kind of plan going.
There are good men all over, just like there are good women all over. I think most of the people meet other people in my age group at focal places like nightclubs or cafes, and we all play games. We play games, but you have to shift and sift through that to find out the real person.
That's
I
right.
find myself, and sometimes I'm in a situation in a place, and I'll be totally honest with someone, and that person will give me a response, and I feel, I get embarrassed about it. And sometimes if I play a game and act a little more...
Stupid.
Yeah, they'll talk to me. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
You talk about trapping a man or something. What happened? I was always taught to believe, and I still believe that honesty and trust is the basis of any relationship,
Right.
any lasting relationship.
Right.
With what you're talking about with trapping,
Yeah, I think we're talking about semantics here. It's the use of that word that I really don't like myself, but I don't produce this show,
Yeah.
I spent 13 years between marriages being single and on the single scene in Denver mostly. And during that 13 years, I played a lot of games, and I was the object of a lot of games from men. What I finally found was I just put on a simple smile, was myself, found someone else that could do the same, and I've been happily married now to the man sitting next to me, and I think I agree with the late thing. You have to drink and hear anything.
No kidding. You just came along voluntarily?
Voluntarily.
Where's your book? We can use some...
I'm just curious about the tactics the first bachelor prefers women to use. Like, what's the best line you've ever heard a woman use, besides what your sign is?
Opener. Do you have one, doctor? Any particular line?
What's the first line you can use?
Yeah, or do the guys have anything that particularly attracted them or turned them off, or anybody?
Oh, hello, my name is Gwendolyn.
I think if a woman compliments a man, and we've heard this so many times, but if a woman compliments a man, she's got his attention right away. You talk about this ego thing, yes. You compliment the man, you got his attention. If you got a plan, start your plan, you know. But if, you know,